My question to you is, when I'm thinking about the Winter Olympics, it's hockey and figure skating.
That's it.
These are the biggest sports. These are the only two reasons that I watch is hockey and figure skating. Do you think this gives the Biden administration an out to pull the other athletes because of what's going on in China?
It totally does. And more so, how about we have a sports league leading the policy of America instead of the United States government and the president leading the policy of America? So if the Biden administration now needed an out in the media, they could hang their hats on the NHL, who had the gall to make a health decision for their players.
Right.
And the Biden administration is still hiding behind, some diplomatic ruse not to go, which I think is a half measure anyway.
Exactly. We were talking about this before the show. I thought that if let's say Donald Trump were president right now for these Olympics, you would send somebody, a diplomat like maybe Mike Pompeo, have them go to China and call out COVID origins, call out the atrocities with the Uyghur Muslims. Instead, we're not sending diplomats, and we're going to send our athletes. I just think with everything going on right now, this is a situation. Jimmy Carter, 1980 Summer Olympics in Moscow, because of the Afghan invasion. You've got to pull our athletes, and it doesn't seem like it's going to happen.
And I hate we say it almost in passing, but there's modern day genocide going on in China.
Right.
As if that weren't enough, the Chinese military is taking target practice at American ships in the South China Sea with American targets on them, the fake wooden ships. But that didn't happen under the Trump administration. They're literally calling us out and goading us into going over there because they know President Biden won't do anything. He's not President Trump. He won't send a Rick Grenell over there to be like, I know where COVID started. Are you going to give us the intel?
Exactly. Exactly. All right. So if we go there and somebody gets COVID, the quarantine requirement in China is between 3 and 5 weeks. It's a 21-day minimum. So if these NHL players go there, somebody gets COVID, you can't come back. That affects the playoffs. That's going to affect your team. So Gary Bettman with the NHL is saying the heck with that. But the NHL doesn't really like China, it seems like. Certainly not like the NBA.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
So I totally agree with you. The NHL is the one sport, unlike the NBA and the NFL, who are basically, China has them as their overlords because all they care about is their bottom line, and their bottom line has been hurt so much. I mean, you have guys like LeBron James, who wants to make $1 billion with Nike, but doesn't care about slave labor and modern-day genocide.
Of course.
And then you have the NFL who's saying, oh, well, Taiwan, we don't really care about the distinction between Taiwan and China. Really?
Yep.
One of the world's largest sporting organizations is okay with that, not calling out that distinction. So I think, you got to give Gary Bettman credit for doing this. But here's the other thing. China doesn't have rules. They don't care about us. If we send pro athletes and our civilians over there and they get stuck in China for 3 to 5 weeks, you bet the Chinese spy agencies are going to be on them 24/7, monitoring them the entire time they're there because they do not have rules.
Well, they're already doing it here. Talk to Eric Swalwell about that and Fang Fang. They're already doing it here. Why wouldn't they do it on their own turf in China? Answer me a question. Is Hillary Clinton running for president? Is that why we're seeing her in the news so much? She's been everywhere the last week and a half. What do you make of this?
I would pay to see her run again, but I think the reason you're seeing her in the news is simply because of the whole Durham investigation coming full circle. She's trying to establish political relevancy and saying that Russiagate was still Russiagate when she was the one, in fact, who started the biggest political and criminal enterprise in U.S. history. So it's not a coincidence that she's out there now running her mouth about 2024 and Russiagate. It's because her community is being blown up by the Durham investigation.
So take us through that. We know the Clinton campaign, of course, paid for the fake Steele dossier. It was a total fake. Kash Patel was intimately involved with that process. As we now know, it was a complete fake. What happened on Friday?
Yeah. No one's talking about it. So Friday night, John Durham issues a pleading in federal court against one of the guys he's indicted. And here's the crux of it. Basically, what he said was, hey, I think there's a problem here to the judge. The defendant, Igor Danchenko, is represented by the lawyers who, wait for it, represent the Hillary Clinton campaign to this day. So he said smartly, hey, judge, I think this defendant might blame the people who paid for the fake dossier, which is a legal impossibility. You can't have a law firm represent a defendant in that matter. It was a really smart move on his part. No one's talking about it, but I know Hillary Clinton nested her attorneys into the camp there so they can funnel her information.
Isn't that interesting? So maybe that's why she's making the rounds with the press.
Yeah.
Trying to get out there, be seen again. Put some pressure.
No coincidence.
That's wild.
She's no dummy. She is conniving.
Although if she ran again, I think that would be Donald Trump would definitely run again. Could you imagine a rematch Clinton-Trump 2024?
Budweiser would sponsor that.
Could happen. Yeah. We'll see Kash Patel in just a little bit here back on Wake Up America. Kash, great having you on. Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.